And we are back from growing up in the Bronx to becoming the owner of SMG Publishing Company. Our next guest embodies the essence of a self-made success story. He meticulously ironed out obstacles in the business world through extensive reading and study, carving out a path, leading him to be a boss, and now turning his visions into reality. And joining us now is the owner of Seafood Kings and artist, Derell L'elie, and we thank you so much for being with us, man.
Thank you for having me. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
All right.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you. It's been a journey.
Yeah.
It's been a journey.
Well, when you talk about it, being an owner right now, and to be an owner in a place like City Island, where a lot of people really envision trying to be there. I mean, how long has it been for you, that vision of saying, I want to be there as an owner, and then, of course, City Island?
Okay, so it started with my father, Derell L'elie. That was his vision from a kid to be an owner in a predominantly white area with restaurants and stuff like that. And he took the leap of faith in 2019 when we had our restaurant in Queens. And, COVID, it was a bad thing, but it was a blessing for him because that gave him the opportunity to finally see his dream come true, his dream restaurant, his dream location. And he made it happen. It took us about 2 years to open up. We opened up February 2022. And, we enjoying the journey ever since.
Talk to me a little bit about this because you're balancing two things here. You got music,
Yes.
and then also you have the restaurant and that part of entrepreneurship as well. How are you making the balance?
Well, the balance is very hard, but, I'm making it do what it do because, of course, of my faith. Because of the mentality that I have. Music is my number one passion. I grew up in the church. I'm a minister of music in a couple of churches in New York. I also got the hip hop side from my father back in the day. He used to tour with Big Daddy Kane. He was a big producer in the 90s. So it's kind of like embedded into me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to balance it a little bit more, but again, the show don't stop. When you got to do what you got to do, you got to do what you got to do. Talk
to me a little bit about the music career, publishing, and the work that you're doing right now. Talk about it.
So I have a label called SMG L'elie. It's Smooth Music Group. That's something that I made up when I was like 10 years old. That was my nickname when I was younger from some of my uncles and cousins. And the label, I'm the artist, producer, the CEO. I also have a couple of gospel acts on there, R&B acts, a couple of rappers coming up. And, we do that retro music, what I'm saying, that feel-good music from the 70s, 80s, 90s. I like to incorporate that and my producing, to make everybody from 10 years old to 70 years old feel good.
And so here you got this music going on, you're really hitting it here, and then you're saying, listen, I want to branch out a little bit further.
That's right.
When did you say, in the midst of all of that, I'm going to take this even further?
I'm going to say about 2018. I started a clothing line and I started writing drama series and movies. I also have a movie that I'm about to shoot in March of 2024. It's called 90s Love. It's a romantic comedy. And when it came to the restaurant, I was forced into that. My father came one day and said, hey, I need help with the restaurant. This is a family business. This is something that you and your brothers, your sisters, your children down the line is going to take over when I'm not here and I need help. And I said, for sure. He's been there all 34 years of my life, going to be 35 years of my life. So why not?
So here he is, and he's decided, I'm going to put you out here at City Island.
That's right.
And now you're all engaged. You're all in there, too.
That's right.
What's it like being there supporting Dad and just now, not even just support Dad, but really having a family business? And, on City Island, that's major.
Yeah. So City Island, I'm going to say, is a little different than the other restaurants we have. I'm going to say this is probably the first big major project that we had. We had a couple of investors that really came in to help us to get it going and started. The operation is definitely family-oriented. My uncle Max, my little brother Chef Dow, my sister Brittany L'elie. So it's very family oriented. Of course, we're gonna bump heads once in a while because we're family, but we all come together when it's time to and get things done. We have great customers, we have great service. This is gonna be our second year going into February 2024. And I'm looking for us to expand outside of New York City and just get the people in there. We wanna bring a couple of different things in there, comedy nights, karaoke nights, happy hour. We want to cater to the city workers. We want to cater to the music artists, politicians. Hey, if you're having a meeting, come have it here. It doesn't matter what day of the week, what time of the week, we're here to accommodate you.
Amazing. So for you, you've got the spirit of entrepreneurship already, right? Working. But as I was talking with our last guest, making that transition sometimes is not easy.
It's not easy.
Right? And here you are saying, not only am I doing it, but I'm doing a couple of things in it. Give some advice about becoming an entrepreneur. What does that mean to you being, quote unquote, your own boss?
So I'm going to say this. The biggest advice I could get is If you're not ready to be an entrepreneur, don't do it. You're gonna have some sleepless nights. You're gonna not going to sleep for 2 or 3 days to work on a project. It's gonna be some days where you don't get paid. You know what I'm saying? You can't call out because if you don't put the work in, you don't get paid. You don't see your vision come, and you gotta take every day one day at a time. You know what I'm saying? And get you a team too, because we can't do everything by ourselves. That's something that I'm learning the last 2 or 3 years. I got me a team. I got my best friend, Raven Robinson, who helps me out with everything that I do. My friend Owen, who does photography, filming. It's just a collective. So get you a team. Understand you're gonna have sleepless nights. You might not get a check, but if you really wanna do this, the fruits of your labor will come to fruition.
Speak to me a little bit about that, because I think so many people get it twisted when we talk about the check, right? Because we're all in it to make money.
Yeah.
But the reality is, in order to make money, sometimes you have to go with no check.
That's right. And you got to put the work in. You know, it's easy to say, hey, you know, I'm going to do a 9 to 5. I'm going to work for 30 years, but you're going to be miserable versus saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to put 5 to 7 years into something that I like. I envision something that God gave me, put in my spirit to do what I have to do. And guess what? You're your own boss now. You make your own check in a few years. You make your own schedule. You can get up when you want to get up. You can help employ people to help feed their families. That's the number one goal that me and my pops and my family have. It's not just about us, the L'elie family, but it's about helping others to get to where they need to, believe in what they're doing.
Soundview is important to you.
Very important.
Very special to you.
Very important. Shout out to the 10473. Very important.
What does Soundview mean to you?
Soundview is, you know, you get a lot of negative comments or energy, but Soundview's been good to me. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of people that I grew up with. We all doing music. We were all entrepreneurs, and we made the best of our situation. I come from a great village in Soundview. I grew up between Rosedale and Bruckner and Shore Haven. My friends, my family, my aunts, my grandmother, we all grew up over there. So it's beautiful to me, you know what I'm saying? I take the teachings that I got from 12 years old to now and apply to say, you know what, I want to do better for my children in the future, but Soundview is always going to be home.
What does it feel like being able to give your contribution, bring your contribution back to a place like Soundview?
It feels good. I feel like a boss. I feel like I'm doing my just duties. Even now, I see some kids sometimes, they're like, hey, this is King L'elie, you at your restaurant and you doing music, you know. That's something I grew up on when I would see Peter Guns or Big Pun, you know, when I was young in Soundview. Hey, here's a couple of dollars, or I'm gonna take you out of ice creams, or all of y'all come with me to Jimmy's Grand Cafe. So to give back to my community, because somebody did it to me 10, 20 years ago, it feels excellent.
So I always ask people what's next, and for you, what's next?
2024 for me, it's just my, I'm gonna say it's my branch out year. I'm focusing more and completing tasks, being more consistent with completing everything. So you can expect Seafood Kings to be one of the top restaurants in New York City, King L'elie and SMG, the music group, to be on top of the music game. And thirdly, my filming. I'm very passionate about my filming. Money to Burn series, the 90s Love movie I told you that's coming out. Shout out to my Uncle Talent Harris, who's a comedian from the 90s and Big Time. We're doing that together, and it's the year of the L'elies. That's all I can say.
So do you look at the calendar and say, by this time, I want to do this, or you just take it as it comes?
So definitely, and it's funny that you asked me that question. This year I did say I'm going to take things quarterly. So the first 3 months, this is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Then the second 3 months, these are my goals. You know what I'm saying? So I have to take it because I have so much going on. It goes back to what I told you, that balance. So I take it, you know, little by little, but also make sure I complete it and make an impact while doing so.
For people who want to get in touch as far as the music, and maybe they're saying, listen, you know, I need somebody to check me out, what do they do?
King L'elie is my Instagram, KING_LELIE. Also the website, wearesmg.com. And they can always come see me at Seafood King, City Island, 634 City Island Avenue, Bronx, New York.
What days y'all open?
We open Tuesday through Sunday. Monday is our rest day. That's our Sabbath.
See? Very important to let people know that.
Yes, sir.
All right, good to have you.
All right, thank you for having me.
All right, listen, I want to let you know that if you want more information, visit their website, and then you can follow them on Instagram at king_L'elie. Don't go anywhere. We got more show, more open coming up right after this.